Relationships don't work anymore, not like they used to. We live in a time where convenience is king. If something's broken, we don't fix it, we replace it. Getting a new partner is as easy as ordering a cheap product from China. And just like that product, modern relationships don't last very long. And this mindset has completely changed what we expect from our relationships. People aren't satisfied or appreciative of what they have. It's not easy finding a partner that you truly get along with who has integrity, is honest, etc. But once they have it, they always feel they can do better. The moment things get slightly difficult, people leave. They convince themselves it's not meant to be, that they can get a better partner, or that they deserve more. They don't want to work through the rough patches because they've been sold this idea that love should be easy. And let's not ignore how fast everything moves now. We're in a culture of instant gratification. If something doesn't immediately get results, we move on. Relationships are no different. The moment things feel uneasy, people think it's over. They think love should be a constant high. No one wants to wait for love to grow. They want it now, and if they don't get it, it's time to look somewhere else. Unrealistic expectations have ruined more people than actual problems. We're constantly being fed ideas of what love should look like on Instagram. Perfect dates, a new vacation every month. Everything looks aesthetic and everyone seems to be living the dream life except you. And no matter how happy you are with your current life, seeing those picture-perfect yet insufferable people on Instagram will make you think twice. And dating apps are the crown jewels of modern relationships because those apps feed on people's narcissism, their desire to feel wanted and have the best. No matter how fulfilling your current relationship is, dating apps give you a promise that you can get something even better. This makes it harder for people to commit, to invest, to work through issues, because there's always the thought in the back of their mind, what if there's someone better? And so this directly gives birth to a new problem, ghosting. 20 years ago, when couples had an argument, they talked it out. They argued, and if things got really bad, one person would shut up, leave the room, or leave the house. Giving your partner the silent treatment required effort and came with consequences. Now, relationships are built on emojis, likes, and quick responses. Ghosting has become the go-to response for discomfort. Instead of talking it out, instead of saying, hey, I don't think it's working, people just disappear. They block, ignore, and move on like the other person never existed. Even if it's a serious relationship and you get into a fight, one of the partners will just turn off their phone or leave the message on seen or just straight up ignore it. Later, they can just pull a random excuse and say I was busy or my phone died. Whether they went silent for 3 hours or 3 days, they can always give an excuse. And when the other partner reacts, they will accuse them of being controlling, toxic, or the ultimate excuse of, I'm just protecting my peace. Avoiding pain feels a lot better than working through it. Commitment is viewed like a burden, like a weight that you have to carry. People don't want to feel tied down. They don't want to make sacrifices, and they don't want to compromise. They want freedom, options, and independence. But at the same time, they crave connection. Misguided self-love is a huge part of why relationships don't work anymore. The misguided self-love is if you don't meet my expectations, I'm out the door and I'm upgrading. But what real self-love is giving yourself clarity on what you value about yourself, accepting yourself, loving yourself, so you have a bigger capacity to receive more and a bigger capacity to give more to your partner. That's what real self-love is. But people don't take the time to build a strong foundation within themselves before seeking it in someone else. You won't allow someone to respect or love you any more than you love or respect yourself. And if you do receive it, you'll just sabotage it. When there's no real self-love, people go into relationships to fill a void, to feel complete, to escape their own loneliness. But even they refuse to accept this. They are completely bullshitting themselves by not being self-honest. They tell themselves they're ready, that they've done the work, but deep down, they're just running from themselves. They'd rather be in the wrong relationship than be by themselves. So they jump from one relationship to the next, never taking the time to heal, to reflect, to work on themselves. They expect the next person to fix them, to make them feel whole. And the worst part, they drag other people into their unresolved chaos, creating relationships based on need rather than love. If you're relying on someone else to make you happy, you're going to be disappointed in them and yourself. The problem is, you can't have it both ways. Love has never been effortless. Just like anything worth building in life, love requires attention and intention. You need to put in the work. It's not something you magically end up with. And right now, what love requires is a lot more than what most people are willing to give. If people want relationships that last, they have to be willing to put in the effort. They have to stop looking for perfection and start working on connection. And that's where so many people get it wrong. They confuse love with a feeling instead of a choice. Feelings fade, they change, they evolve, but love is a choice to stay, to commit, and to grow together.